Deep in the heart of the Balkans, right on the shores of the Adriatic and Ionian Seas, there's a country that for most of the 20th century was a total mystery to the outside world. It's a nation of just staggering beauty and, well, stark paranoia. Okay, let's dive into the absolutely incredible story of Albania. Now, seriously, think about it. What's the first thing that comes to mind? For a lot of us, it's kind of just a blank space on the map of Europe. But believe me, that blank space is filled with a history that is way more dramatic and way more complex than you could ever imagine. This is a place that is just defined by its contradictions. It's where this ancient, fierce pride and a really modern ambition slam right into the concrete ghosts of a very recent and very, very strange past. To really understand Albania, we've got to start with how Albanians see themselves, and that all begins with what they actually call their own country. Right, so they don't call it Albania, they call it Shapiria. The name comes from their word for eagle, and that double-headed eagle, that's their national symbol. It's this powerful image of strength and sovereignty that is just absolutely central to who they are. And this just perfectly captures the wild contrasts we're talking about. Just try to picture this for a second. You've got these sun-drenched, pristine Mediterranean beaches, but they're dotted with hundreds of thousands of Cold War bunkers. It's a country with roots that go all the way back to ancient Illyrian tribes, but just a few decades ago, it was more cut off from the world than North Korea is today. And now, it's in NATO and on track to join the EU. I mean, how does all of that happen in one single place? Well, to answer that, you have to get that Albania has always been a fortress. It's a nation that was literally forged in the fire of resistance against one empire after another. And this isn't some new thing. I mean, from the ancient Illyrians to the Romans to finally forming their own first state, this land has always been a battleground. But it was the arrival of the Ottoman Empire that would really define Albania's character for centuries. And that invasion, it gave rise to Albania's greatest national hero, a man named George Kastrioti, but the world knows him as Skanderbeg. For 25 years back in the 15th century, he led this incredible rebellion that held off the full might of the Ottoman Empire, which was one of the biggest powers on earth. He wasn't just some local hero either. He was celebrated all across Europe as this defender of Christendom, and he became this legend, the ultimate symbol of what it meant to be Albanian. So you see, this spirit of defiance, it isn't just a dusty old story. It is woven into the very fabric of their national identity. This motto just captures that deep, deep connection between the land, the people, and a history of constantly fighting just to exist. This fortress mentality, though, it was about to be twisted into something else entirely in the 20th century. Yeah, it got twisted into one of the most bizarre and brutal dictatorships in modern history, all under the rule of one man, Enver Hoxha. After World War II, Hoxha basically slammed the door shut on the entire world. He was gripped by this deep, consuming paranoia that everyone was about to invade. The West, the East, everybody. So he launched this nationwide bunkerization program. Over 700,000 concrete bunkers were built. That's one bunker for every 4 Albanians at the time. A fortress nation taken to a terrifying, almost insane extreme. Life under Hoxha was a total nightmare of control. He broke ties with Yugoslavia, then the Soviet Union, and finally China, leaving Albania utterly and completely alone. He banned religion, bulldozing churches and mosques, declaring it the world's first atheist state. The secret police, the Sigurumi, they were everywhere. Private cars? Forbidden. Foreign travel? No way. It was a nation held hostage by one man's fear, constantly preparing for a war that was never, ever coming. Hoxha finally died in 1985, and just like a dam breaking, the pressure for change became unstoppable. But, going from total isolation to an open society was never going to be a smooth ride. The 1990s were just chaotic. The communist government fell, but that was followed by a complete economic disaster. See, these massive pyramid schemes popped up, and pretty much everyone invested their life savings. When they collapsed in 1997, it pushed the entire country to the brink of civil war. And yet, somehow, against all odds, Albania pulled itself back. It joined NATO in 2009, and now it's on the path to joining the European Union. I mean, just look at this comparison. It is almost unbelievable that this is the same country. From a hermit kingdom completely shrouded in fear to a vibrant, open society that's welcoming tourists. From bunkers to beaches. The transformation in just one generation is, well, it's nothing short of breathtaking. So, what does all this mean for the land of the eagles today? Well, it's a country still grappling with its past while absolutely racing towards a brand new future. Today, Albania is a democracy. It's got a growing market economy, but there are still huge challenges. Corruption is a real problem, and the country is struggling with a brain drain. A lot of its youngest and brightest are leaving for better opportunities. And what about those bunkers? Well, many are being destroyed, but some are being turned into cafes, hostels, even museums. It's this fascinating way of taking a symbol of paranoia and turning it into a tourist attraction. And really, this is the question that defines Albania right now. This is a nation that has survived empires, dictators, and total chaos. A nation of incredible, unbelievable resilience. Its journey is this powerful reminder that even from the darkest histories, the brightest futures can emerge. The next chapter for Albania, it's still being written.